This is a little interesting. I know a decent amount about Half-Life. I've never played Half-Life. And before you break out those nails, and before you assemble that crucifix, let me do a little explanation. Just never wasn't interested for so long, and up until now I want to play it, but I haven't gotten around to playing it. But there are a lot of designs in the games I like, and the one I like the most is Dog. And considering the best stuff I build is pretty much mechanical, I guess, I decided to make Dog. This is a gift for a friend. Just stating this right now. Once again, it's a gift for a friend. So there's a little bit of cheating going on here. There's some glue involved. There's some like non-Lego stuff used. Metal wires. What are you talking about? There are some illegal techniques in here, and I want to state that this is not complete. This is not purist, whatever. But I think I did a pretty decent job trying to capture the look of Dog, at least in this scale. There are some color inaccuracies and some part things that really don't match. Primarily here in the right leg. Because here on the right leg, it's supposed to be like two solid blue tubes, and I really couldn't find any good pieces that would suffice for that. So I just made that part of the leg blue. Also, the colors are a bit wonky altogether. I mean, surely there's a lot of brown and tan on this guy. And the original one had that too, but it was more of like a dull, like, more of the sand brown in here was the color of his head, but I don't have pieces that match the head. I work with what I had. I apologize. But there are smaller details, like the little red circle here on the side of the leg, the hump, the little yellow bit that would be right here, the blue that would be on the inside of the arm. And I'm most proud here of this left arm, because it was primarily an accident. On the actual design of Dog, there's a little gap in between right here. Thank you, tripod. There's a little gap in between right here where it would be segmented off like this. But I was originally just going to pop this off, originally just have it like here connected. But I messed around some stuff, and on complete accident, I just had that split. Granted, yes, this makes this arm very fragile. It pops off here a lot, and it pops off here at the elbow a lot, because those are just standard Lego system connections, which I should have glued that, but I don't know. Maybe I will later. But you get the idea. Like this looks like Dog, and I'm not a very good system builder, mostly because of a lack of experience. But I tried to use as many techniques as I could. I had to dig through a lot of pieces to get the quite right stuff I wanted. And there's some interesting techniques. One of my favorites are in the feet, because I used just these simple little stud pins. I know it's hard to focus, I'm sorry. These little stud pins in here, I didn't click them in all the way, so there's still some friction in there to make the foot really work. So it still adds that. Granted, the legs are not all that stable. Primarily in the left leg, because it's held simply by one little lightsaber rod, which, if you were a builder, you would imagine that is not very sturdy. But it gets the look across. So if the legs are so fragile, why am I giving this to a friend? What's the point? Well, there's a little added thing here. Made a little stand. Just took one of those little, I forget the Lego games. I forget the actual name of those board games. But took one of the little Lego game things right there, and you just plug it right there. Not gonna really do it. We just plug one right there on the bottom. Plug one on his back, and on the bottom of the feet there are little connectors here. Just plug those right into the base, and that works a-okay. So it makes a good display piece. And once you see it on the stand, he's definitely a lot more posable, which I will get to right now. I mentioned before the feet can move in and out like this. The knees, see what I mean? I'm surprised, hey, 5 minutes in, it only happened once. I'm actually really surprised on that. The knees differ. I mean, here, it bends out to there. There's a little bit of give. This leg can move all the way out just straight. That's fine. Fell off again. You know, that's fantastic. I love single connections. I think I should have used some more glue. Ha! Legs on a simple hinge joint can move all the way around. The waist is interesting because it's a rubber band connection. Woo. But it can move side to side like this. And here, it can move, the piece coming apart. It can move here, move in and out. On a simple ratchet joint, which works very sturdily, if I may say so. And at the... This guy's falling apart at the seams. you know, for a junk robot, it kind of makes sense, you know? I'm not even 100% sure if he's a junk robot. He looks like a junk robot, so let's assume things. I should play this game series, and I haven't. I like Portal. This guy from Portal. So, here at the shoulders, they're ball jointed. It's definitely limited because, you know, of the design. Elbow can move in and out. The string here, not supposed to be let loose, so you just push it in a bit. Again, it's more of like a display piece. The wrist can swivel, but you gotta hold it in, so it's fragile. So, there's that. Fingers are articulated, pretty obvious where they can bend. Even here at the thumb, give it a little bit more space so it can do its own thing. Other arm, a lot more posable. Can move in and out. Here, a lot of multiple points here in this hand. Because I really couldn't get like the club fist, so I just did the best I could. So it can move in and out here. It can move side to side. And side to side here again at the ball joint. And the fingers can even move side to side like this. But then you have like all these little non-articulated fingers. So that works. And I just realized his lower legs have just been collapsing in on each other the entire time. That is fantastic. And the head, it's on... I've seen this design used, of using this little tiny ball joint. And I thought, like, maybe that's not all that sturdy of a connection, but if you wrap string around it, it works. So whoever created that original design, I thank you, because that is fantastic. If that sounds really petty, I'm sorry. So the head moves right this. And there's the wire I mentioned before. A little metal wire connecting like a bent lightsaber tube. Hey, you guys like purism? I don't. Kinda. Whatever. And these little head bits can move in and out, but it's mostly there to hold the tire for that added detail. So here's the garbled mess of what's just fallen on the floor. He's just given up. He's like, I can't even hold my own legs. Where is my life? And I apologize for all of you who love Half-Life, and probably to the friend who is watching this right now, and thinking, wow, he knows nothing about Half-Life. He is a dunce. And there's Dog praying for his life before he's hit by the moon, and then C-3PO tells of his story. So, that's Dog. I think I'm proud at how he came out because of the limitations I had using normal Lego system bricks. And I think he's my better MOC I've made. System-wise, last one I made was Watt. That's an old MOC if you guys know about it. But yeah, that's that for Dog, and that's that for his stand. And that's that for me. This is Shadow Gear 655, and I'll see you folks another time.